Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. By the time you see this video, you will have already celebrated your Thanksgiving, but we are about to celebrate ours. Today's video is going to be about the 4 reasons why most people should not buy a Hellcat Redeye. It pains me to make this video because I love this car, but I think it will help a lot of you out there in making a decision, because I get so many direct messages from people asking me which should they buy, a regular Hellcat or should they go all the way to the Redeye. In this video, I'm going to answer that question. First, though, I'm going to take you through our house because I consider you all, 30,000 subscribers or so, part of our family. So let me show you what we're doing today. All right, so you got to check out our floor mat. This is my favorite. You can see it. Faux shizzle, welcome to our hizzle. All right, let's go inside, take a look at the beautiful decorations. We're already ready for Christmas because that's how we roll in our household. Everything's coming together great. There's my beautiful gaming consoles and the not so fun piano. The turkey is in the oven. Check that out. Woo! Smells good. Wish you could smell it on this video. Hey, you want to say something to the folks?
Happy Thanksgiving!
What about you, dude? No? All right, let me show you. Oh, check out our tree. How great is that? Awesome. Got our fountain. Now, because it's COVID-19 era, we've got outdoor eating areas, so nobody's going to be crowded on the inside, worried about any risk. We don't have too many people coming, but we've definitely got it set up to where they can spread out a little. We've got sections for people to lounge by the pool and relax. We've got the outdoor big dining table. We've got the drinks. We've got a tree, which is where I hide later on while the people got the swing, and another eating area out here. And this is where I will be having a cigar and some Johnny Walker Blue a little later on. So it's come together great. Let's go inside and show you one last thing that is my favorite. Then we've got the Let's Get Basted sign, because we will be getting basted. So that is our home. Hope you have a wonderful, or had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Now let's roll that intro and get into the video.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Can someone set me free? What do you want? What do you want?
All right, we are back. It is now Saturday, and we are headed down to South OC Cars and Coffee once again. So let's start off with the topic of this video, which is the 4 reasons not to buy a Hellcat Redeye. And I just want you to know right up front, some of you are like, what an a-hole. Like, he bought one, so why would he tell us not to buy one? And I know some of you are like, rule number 1, or reason number 1 is because it's too much money. Reason number 1 is because I can't afford it. Save those comments. They are so cliche. They are so self-epitomizing. I mean, it's like, oh my God, I can't afford it. Listen, that's cool that you, look, it's okay that you can't afford it. You don't have to tell everyone else you can't afford it. Remember the rule. This is motivational channel, folks. The reasons have little to do with affordability. That obviously goes without saying, that if you can't afford this car, don't buy this car. Totally understand it. And it's okay, because if you choose to go and do the things necessary to be able to buy this car, you will succeed at it. Every one of us has been gifted the opportunity to go out there and use our talent, skills, and our brains and our energy within us to go and achieve great success and buy whatever we want. Not one of you is branded as a person with no money. Not one of you is branded from birth as someone that doesn't deserve to have the nice things or buy a Hellcat Redeye or a Lamborghini or anything. Theoretically, I shouldn't be driving this car based on my history and my dad's being a very proud and hard-working plumber, but didn't make a lot of money to be out buying these kinds of cars. So for me to take the generation of my family to this next level, you know, I'm proud of that, but it's not been without tremendous sacrifice and hard work. So don't make that comment. That was a total rant, but I appreciate you listening to it, because sometimes the comments will just make you want to take your $3,000 camera and throw it out the window of the car and never make another video. But I don't let these things bother me anymore. Maybe a little bit. All right, so for everybody else, these 4 reasons I think will help you make a decision. Number one, and this comes from somebody who has massive experience losing money on cars, because when you buy high-end cars, whether it be a Mercedes or BMW or Range Rover, I got soaked on the Range Rover, but any of these cars, especially the high-performance models, high-performance versions, you're going to lose your ass on that car. Think about this. The dealers have the stickers on these cars running in the high 80s to mid 90s. I've seen them as high as like $97,000 optioned up at dealers, and then marked down before you even go into the closing room and cover yourselves in baby oil and wrestle over the price. Before you even get there, they're coming down $10,000 out of the gate, which screams out to me that they aren't even believing cars worth 95 grand. Now, I think it's an amazing car. Make no mistake, under 100 grand to get something with this kind of horsepower and performance is still the screamingest deal on the face of the earth today. But it's not worth $95,000. So this car is worth, well, probably around 80 grand. I think I got mine. It was stickered for close to 90. I got it down to close to 80. That's a lot of money for any car. You just got to know it's going to depreciate rapidly. You're going to lose your ass on this car. Right out of the gate, right now, if I wanted to sell this car, and let's say I paid, I think, 82 or something for it, right now, I would be hard-pressed to get somebody to give me 70 grand. I mean, if somebody showed up with 75 grand, I would have to take their money, because I would feel guilty, but I would have to take their money, because there's some red eyes out there across the country that are going in the 70s now. But just know you're going to lose money on the car. So that's number one. And by the way, you're going to lose money on any car. The thing is when you ratchet the price up, when you start getting close to that $100,000 number, you lose $10,000, $15,000 the second you drive off the lot. And then over the next 3 years, what I noticed, and by the way, I do my research before I do these videos, you're going to lose somewhere between, I mean, geez, maybe 30 grand on this thing. I mean, maybe 25 grand on this thing. I mean, I expect, based on used 2017 regular Hellcats, regular body Hellcats, selling for the 40s, mid 40s, high 40s to 50 grand, pretty steady at 50 grand for one with low mileage, that this thing's probably going to settle in 3 years around that $60,000 or mid 50s to low 60s for the Hellcat Redeye. Which leads me to number two. The reason you buy this car is because it's obnoxious, it's fast, it's loud, it's fun, it looks great. I mean, you could do anything you want to do in it. If you want to go out and kill yourself one weekend and take it to 170, 180 miles an hour, you can do that. You don't need to go buy the Redeye, though, to get there. The regular base model Hellcat, right off the dealership floor without the wide body, is an incredible car. And in 2020, it's got 717 horsepower. So the price on those all over the country, if you can't find one near you, which you should be able to, but if you can't, go online, they'll ship them to you, or you can buy a plane ticket, cover yourself in hand sanitizer, put a mask on your face, and go pick the car up and have the drive of your life from across the country, wherever you find this car, to your house, for in the mid to high 50s. So under $60,000, you can get a car that you can smoke the tires in first, second, and third gear, and do donuts and do all the crazy crap and beat most cars on the road for like almost $30,000 less than a Hellcat Redeye. So for most people, I believe, if you're looking for an adrenaline rush and something that's just going to make the hair stand up on your neck, man, for under $60,000, brand new 2020 Hellcat will blow your socks off. It'll check this guy out. People are checking out my car. That's awesome. Anyways, will blow your mind. All right, number three. The math just doesn't make sense to most people. So when I went shopping for this car, I found a 2020 Hellcat Widebody. And it was beautiful. It was the Destroyer Gray with the satin black hood. It looked just like this car, just different color, obviously. I think he was asking almost $80,000 for it. Didn't make any sense. Today, though, it's a $20,000 step down from the Redeye. So when you look at the Redeye, one, I can't find any in Southern California market right now, at least near me, within 50 miles or so. Maybe in LA there might be a couple, but I can't find them. And when I do, they're definitely in the way high 70s, low 80s after all the discounts. Some of them are just priced straight up at $90,000, $95,000, which is insane. But the regular Hellcats are way more prevalent, and they're in the 60s. They're in the mid to high 60s, and you might see them at 70 grand or something like that, but you can negotiate them down. So you're in the 60s, let's say $65,000, $66,000, and by the time you buy a Redeye, you're spending almost $20,000 more for a car that if you park these things right next to each other, and they're both wide bodies, they're identical. Minus the Hellcat Redeye has, I know folks, it has the power chiller, and you've got the competition suspension, and the 220 mile an hour speedometer. And I promise you, most people who drive a Hellcat, I drove them both, a Hellcat Widebody, or just a regular Hellcat, versus a Hellcat Redeye, drive them both back to back, most people aren't going to feel that big of a difference because it's so obnoxious anyways. And you're, like I said, you're going to be able to do pretty much everything that you want to do in this car, in that car, and save $20,000. All right, so we are arriving at South OC Cars and Coffee now here in San Clemente, California. I am going to wait till I park to share number 4 with you because I want to read some stats to you that I think will be kind of surprising to some. Some, I know you already know this stuff.
I think I can see clear now. Maybe you're scared of getting hurt.
So number 4, I've researched every website from Dodge to Car and Driver to Motor Trends, and the numbers are the numbers, and you can't dispute these numbers. So let me share those numbers with you. I wrote them down and I researched just to find out. I've also experienced both cars, so I'm sharing this with you with some level of knowledge here, I would say. So the Redeye 0 to 60, they say it'll do it in 3.4 seconds. I got to 4.1 seconds, and I think it was sheer accident. Like, I accidentally hit a piece of gum in the road that made my tires stick, and I got to 4.1 seconds. I have yet to have been able to duplicate that with the stock tires. So under optimal conditions, right tires, right weather, right track, everything else, you can get, they say, 3.4. But the regular Hellcat Widebody does it in 3.6. And so that's 0.2 of a second faster. Now, somebody out there is going, yeah, but you know what, dude, on the track, that matters. I didn't buy this thing to go on the track, and I would venture to guess that 90% of the people that buy these cars don't buy them for the track. They buy them for the street, and they have a lot of fun out there with them like I do. So 0.2 of a second for $20,000 just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. So, but how about the quarter mile times? Check this out. The Redeye do the quarter mile was 10.8 seconds. The regular Hellcat Widebody, 10.96 seconds. So the reality of it is a fraction of a second faster. Just doesn't seem like worth spending $20,000 more. The top speed on the Redeye, they say, is 203, and the regular Hellcat is 199. So here's my thoughts: is you could perfectly succeed in killing yourself in either one of these cars with no problem. You're going to be able to do whatever it is you wanted to do to get you locked up in jail with either one of these cars, but you're going to save $20,000. And here's the deal: I don't think if you get out on the highway, you're the only one out there, and you decide to go for it, and the top speed is 203 on the Redeye, and you got 199 on your regular Hellcat Widebody. You hit that 203 and you lose control of the car, and sadly the car disintegrates. The only thing they're going to find of you is DNA. That's all they're going to find on the road. I don't think the emergency responders are going to say, boy, you know what, too bad he wasn't going 199. He probably would have survived it. You're dead either way. So that's where my basis of logic comes from for most people. But then why did I buy one? And what a hypocrite am I to tell you all that you shouldn't. I'm not telling you all you shouldn't. Here's the deal. These are the circumstances of which I think you should. One, for me, it was a total business expense for my YouTube channel. This car, I have not paid a single dime towards owning this car since I bought it in January. My YouTube channel pays for my car. Between that and your support of the Amazon affiliates and the merch and the Patreon and everything else, all of you, thank you so much. Your support is what's paying for this car. So this car has been utterly free to me. So that makes all the sense in the world. And you will actually, as long as I stay consistent here, thank you very much, pay this car off for me. I love you all for that, which is why when I see you at these car meets, I want to hug you despite the coronavirus. Number two, I didn't realize or know any of this stuff when I bought this car. Again, if you watch my last videos, I blacked out at the car dealership when I saw this thing. I lost my mind and I had to have it. My thing was, it's the biggest, baddest car out there. I want it. And the reality of it is I had already bought the RT and then lost a bunch of money on that and bought the Scat Pack. And then I was about to do the same thing again. And I figured, why not just get it over with and bring you all the best content I possibly could. So in the end, if you're a YouTuber and you want something awesome for content, I still believe the regular Hellcat's going to do it. But this car is for those who either have a whole bunch of money just to blow and you're totally cool and at peace with losing a lot of money on the car. You take it to the track, or you're like me and you're finally just getting to the place of I don't want to want for anything else. Otherwise, folks, get a regular Hellcat Widebody or watch my other videos and just get yourself a Scat Pack and you'll have a blast and you'll save a ton of money. So save yourself $20,000, get the regular Hellcat Widebody, and I look forward to seeing you at these car meets in the future. Now let's walk around and get you some B-roll of some awesome cars and see who I can run into out here. All right, look who I ran into.
W for the win.
W for the win. What'd you make?
DDE.
That is cool. Look at that. And how did you know I love DDE, dude? Did you know? Because I want a Lamborghini. Yeah.
Push me back, pull me in, and the other way around. Pull me in, push me back. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Can someone set me free? What do you want? What do you want?
So that's a wrap, folks. South OC Cars and Coffee showed you a couple of amazing cars here. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, comment, be respectful, and I will talk to you next weekend. Bye-bye.